our discourse is relevant to a small minority. You should be grateful that you're even having that discussion. The vast majority of people are gone. They are out there. I give the Divine Speech seminar, and it's open to Muslims and non-Muslims. So a few non-Muslims have attended also. The one I gave in Tampa, Florida, this youth came up to me at the end. And the first night is just the beauty of Surah Al-Fatiha. It's a little bit technical, but most of it is pretty straightforward. He came up to me at the end. He said, I haven't been in the masjid for 6 months. One of my friends told me to come because there's free food tonight. He came up to me and told me. And then he pulled me to the side and he told me he's 17 years old, Muslim kid. He's into martial arts, a well-built kind of guy. And he's done things in his life that you wouldn't want to know about. He's already done them. He says, how do I change myself? I'm addicted already. How do I get rid of this stuff? And why is he asking me? I don't live there. I'm just coming to visit. Who should he be asking this question? Who should be there for him? Imam of the masjid. The youth group of the masjid. The knowledgeable kid. The youths. You guys. What's your job? You're the ambassadors of Islam. That's what you are. Now, the warning label I present to you is what you learn at an advanced level, like even the lecture on Balagha, what you learn at an intermediate advanced level is not there that you regurgitate it to the masses. That's a mistake. People, the reason that you can't give that to people, if they were ready for that, they would have been here. They're not ready for that. They need something much more basic. You need to water it down. You need to keep the message simple. On the one hand, our religion is so sophisticated, and it's so intellectual, and it's so deep, and you guys appreciate that. You've been studying deen. But on the other hand, if you just start reading Quran, and you read what the messengers say to the people, on another level, isn't it so simple? فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونَ. Have taqwa of Allah, follow me. Simple. They're keeping it simple. Fear the fire. Nothing complicated. You can get into a discussion about what are the features of the fire. Right? And you can write a 50-page thesis on the hellfire or the features of paradise. But a farmer doesn't need a thesis. All he needs to hear is, man, I want to go to paradise. I don't want to go to hellfire. You keep it simple too. What have we done? We've done this injustice to our own. Number one, we've done this injustice to our own. Now here's a strategic plan of action. Brothers and sisters, please listen to this carefully, inshallah. And make up your own strategy. This is just some things that are rattling around in my mind. The religious youth, once they become religious, they create a certain kind of language and culture which automatically cuts themselves off from the not-so-religious youth. And especially cuts themselves off from who? What's that third category? The messed up youth. Completely cuts themselves off. Okay? Who's supposed to reach them? On the one hand, we talk about da'wah to Islam, bringing new Muslims in, which is an obligation. On the other hand, our own are leaving by the floodgates. They're becoming religious by the trickles, and they're leaving by the whole faucet is open. It's gushing out. So it's counterproductive to not be concerned with the loss of our own. With the loss of our own. Now, how do we do this? How do we do this? First and foremost, don't expect the people to come to you. You have to go to the people. You have to do that. You have to start thinking like that. And you know where the people are? Let me tell you where the people are. They're not in nice places. They're at the shisha place. They're at the pool place. They're playing at the ballpark where the guys use foul language all the time. Right? They're at those places. I'm not saying you become one of them, but you know what? Those are the members of this ummah. And when they said, La ilaha illallah at any point in their life, they become more beloved to me than what blood makes, the connection that I form with blood. This is thicker than blood. We are concerned about them. We love them for the sake of Allah. We start thinking in terms of amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar. We start bashing and cursing the Muslims who sell alcohol or who own these haram businesses or that do haram things on the internet, etc., etc. Did anybody stop to think, maybe I should try and save this person? What if this person was your brother? What if this person was your neighbor? What if it was your best friend? Would you just hate on them just like that? Right? We don't have love for this ummah. We're too quick to pass judgment on them. We have to, find a way to start pulling them in slowly. Pulling them, and you can't do that until you treat people like human beings. You can't do that. If you treat them like evildoers, or just, this labeled fasiq or, deviant or whatever else. Their aqidah is messed up, forget them. No, 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 no. These are the assets of this ummah. Allah gave them the blessing of La ilaha illallah because Allah sees something in them. And Allah gave us whatever He gave us, whatever concern He gave us, because He expects us to do something with it. He expects something out of us. So this is the first thing I want to, at least, there should be a discussion in your circles. I can't give you the answers, I can at least give you the problem. In your own circles, there needs to be a discussion. How do we reach out to these youth? How do we work with them? I'll give you a couple of interesting stories. There was a youth group, I won't mention where it was, that had messed up kids too. Because they used to play basketball, and they used to go out and hang out later on, eat at the restaurant, nothing religious for a while. And the guy running the youth group was very religious. And I told him, just run the group, man. Just don't worry about teaching them anything. Just run the thing, right? And the masjid has a ball gym, a basketball gym. So they come in and they play ball, they play late at night, they're using filthy language in the masjid gym. If an uncle sees it, especially a desi uncle, what's going to happen? Oh, forget about it. Yeah, so he's like, get out of here, and don't come back. Hey, what kind of masjid? Right? Now, tell me this guy with tattoos all over his body, rings in places you wouldn't want, playing basketball, you curse him out, where's he going to go? What's the next step? If he's not here, he's at the club. He's somewhere else. At least he's here. At least he'll hear the adhan for Maghrib. Maybe he might even join us for Salat one day in a few weeks. Maybe. But somebody has to treat this person like what first? A person, a human being. Someone worth, saving. Or at least that they should be given the message in a decent fashion. That they deserve that much. Now, I'll give you another example, just what's going on at the masajid. Ramadan 2 years ago. A guy, totally drunk. I mean, this guy is drunk. Muslim guy, walks into the masjid during Taraweeh prayer. Can't even stand straight. Guess what happens next? They kick him out. Dude, he came to the masjid. Does that tell you something? Does that tell you that he's trying to seek help? Does that tell you he's trying to quit? Why would he bring himself in the middle of humiliation? Why would he do that? He needs help. The only help you provide was curse and yell and a'udhu billah and kick him out. This is what we do to Muslims. Imagine what we do to non-Muslims. This is a Muslim. Now I'm going to give you a non-Muslim story. You may have heard this one on a video somewhere. True story again. So this guy, he's a Vietnamese guy. He's Muslim. And his co-worker is an idol worshiper. Vietnamese have a lot of different idol worship sort of religious traditions. And he's one of them. I forget which one specifically. But the co-worker, the idolatrous co-worker says to his Muslim co-worker, hey man, I want to come with you to your worship on Friday. So the guy keeps putting him off. No, I don't know. I don't think you're ready. But he keeps insisting, so he takes him to the masjid. So they go to the masjid. And they go to the masjid and he looks around and everybody's making ruku' and sujood and qiyam, everybody's making sunnah. It's before Jumu'ah time. And he says, man, where's the statue? Because everybody's kind of doing this stuff, but I don't see any statue. He says, no, we don't have a statue. You can't, put an image to the master of the world. He's beyond images. That would be putting a limit on him. He says, that's amazing. How do you pray to this God? He says, just like these people are praying. So he sees people doing what? Qiyam, ruku', sujood. He said, I get it. He went down like that. Guess where he learned that from? From his own religion. Right? So this brother sees this from a distance. In the spirit of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi anil Munkar, he gets up, he comes over, grabs the guy by the shirt, drags him outside the masjid, throws him out and says, until you learn to make the salah according to the sunnah, don't you come back. We at the masjid level are not ready to deal with the people that need our help. We're not ready. What if a woman inappropriately dressed walks into the masjid? What's going to happen? What if a guy that's covered in tattoos, like some MMA fighter or something, walks into the masjid? The elders in the masjid say, oh my God, the Dajjal came so early? All hell will break loose. We're not ready to deal with people. What da'wah are we talking about? What are the da'wah centers? You don't need to build a da'wah center. They're already built. What are they? It's the masjid. And who are the da'is of the masjid? The students of knowledge, the youth. They are the eyes and the ears of this ummah. They are the faculties of this work.